This next level is called Overhill and Underhill. I'm just going to be calling it Overhill from now on. In this level, Bilbo will need to travel around the side of a mountain in order to get back to Gandalf and the dwarves. This is one of, if not, the longest level in the whole speedrun. There are plenty of tricks to do, but there are also falling rocks that you need to avoid because the stone giants are throwing them at you. So, let's get into the level. Skip past Trollhole, just like we did in the last video. So, first things first, there'll be a cutscene. Again, press enter just to get rid of it. So, first things first, I'm going to get Bilbo's stick, I'm going to turn to the right, and just go past this dwarf right here. Now, you'll see this curved bit of land. We'll just need to follow it all the way around. And we'll get to this scroll. Don't bother picking up the scroll. If you do, if you don't, it doesn't matter. So we're just going to long jump past, long jump again. And once you get to here, you can save, or you can long jump straight into a cutscene. So, to skip the cutscene, just press E, and it'll spawn you right here. Now, the goal here is to long jump over to this piece of rock just standing out right here. Or just long jump straight over, right on the tip. So, when you're here, you want to make sure to long jump onto the flat bit just on top at the tip, rather than the base. Because if you land on the base, there's a chance that you can actually fall off. So, if we just do that again, we'll long jump onto the tip. Now, one thing that would be useful to know is if you don't make it over to onto that properly, and instead fall straight down, you can actually survive just by keeping away from the waterfall. Now, the quickest way to get back up is to just long jump onto this rope here, turn left, and just land on here. From here, you can just instead jump onto here, rather than long jump. So now we want to long jump onto this little island here, just like this, and slash jump over here. Don't worry if you grab the ledge, that's completely fine. So, you can take another save if you like. If you're not confident in the level, completely fine. This is one of the harder levels in the run. So, now, you see these 3 gems just on the floor. You just want to long jump down, just over to here. Now, you see a flat ground and a sloped ground. We want to go up the sloped ground, because that will make it quicker to grab the rope that we're about to long jump into. So, don't worry too much about your angle, because it is quite forgiving, as you can see here. To move Bilbo on the ropes, you'll need to use the mouse, instead of using A and D. To go up, it's W. To go down, it's S. We won't be going down very much, I don't think. So, what we want to do is just get up to the top of the rope, or just above the ground, and jump off. I'm going to follow this all the way around till we get to this other rope. We're going to long jump into it, turn slightly left, jump onto this platform, and grab the ledge. So, once you're up here, there are 2 ways of actually getting around. The first way is to grab onto this ledge right here, and just shimmy all the way around. Be warned though, this does have a bit of a weird camera. So you can just jump off and walk off. But it won't be tracking behind Bilbo, and you're still controlling with the mouse. So look. So then you can follow it round. But I wouldn't recommend this way, because it's actually very awkward. The next way of doing this is to, instead of grabbing onto that edge, we want to come all the way to the right, just until Bilbo is a little bit off the edge, as you can see right there. We don't want to go too far, or else we can actually fall. Now we want to look just to the right of the rock, just over there. I'll try and point at it, but the other wall is actually in the way. There is a little platform that you'll want to land on just down there. Now, we're going to perform a long jump, but we are not going to press W while doing it. Just like this. If you hold W during that, there is a chance that you can actually slide off from long jumping too far. So we want to make sure that we're just doing a standing long jump. So now that we're here, we're going to turn to the left and go onto this platform right here. We want to jump up. We can take a save if we want. Now, you'll notice there's some platforming up here. We're going to completely ignore this because there is actually a cutscene trigger just here that we can long jump straight into. So we want to look just at this crack right there and long jump into it. There we are. Skip past the cutscene. Now be very careful with this part because this is where the stone giants start shooting rocks at you. So you can see the stone giants just there. Once they throw their rocks, they will try and land on you. Just like that. To avoid them, all you need to do is keep on moving away from them. You'll notice where they are because of all of the shadows on the floor. So now, we just want to long jump over to this. So now we're here. We're going to follow up this. Be careful of this wolf because he can attack you and he will hit you out the way. Alright, get on top of this rock and long jump down. Now when long jumping down, be careful not to go straight down into that gap below because you will die there. Instead, we're going to long jump more to the left. Or if you want to, you can actually do a long jump attack to get just slightly further. Like that. So, now we're going to go over to the right onto these ropes just here. Now be careful with the brown ropes because they can actually break while you're on them. So you want to try and get over to the next ones as fast as possible. Just like this. Now this golden one, you're completely fine on. You won't get hit here. So, now we're going to jump off and we're on to the next bit. So, now that we're here, we're just going to follow the path all the way around until we get to here. Now, instead of going straight forwards and going over to this save, we're actually going to long jump over to this little land here, just going round the side. The reason we're doing that is because if we go straight forwards, there'll be a dialogue box that will pop up, stopping any of the stone giants from throwing their rocks at you. The reason we want the stone giants to throw rocks at us is because this pillar here can be broken by those rocks, creating a pathway for us. So, all we need to do is long jump just over here, walk around till we get to this tree, and then just jump around it, and stand over here. Now we'll see a little shadow just below Bilbo there, and it will break the bridge for us. So, what we do here is get onto the pillar and go left onto this rope here. Now be careful of that green thing that just popped up next to me. That is lightning. So, what this lightning will do is actually insta-kill you. So it's completely RNG based. You can't control it, and there is no way of dodging it. Once it hits you, you'll be reset straight back to where you last saved, or back to the start of the level. So, anyway, while you're on the rope, you want to go up onto this platform here. Now, on this bit, we'll see a rope in front of us. We're going to do a long jump while holding W and E. The reason we hold E while doing this is because instead of grabbing onto the rope and jumping off, which is slow, we will go straight through the rope and land on the opposite side, where there's going to be another platform and a cave that we're going to go through. So, you just need to do a long jump holding E and W like this. Then we just need to go into this cave, where we can no longer be hit by anything. As you can see him just falling outside. So, for this next bit, all we need to do is follow this little cave round until we get to this bridge here. Now be careful of this oddly coloured bit of land here. This is actually a breakable piece of the bridge, which if you stand on, will put you down with the wolves, meaning you'll need to either kill them and go outside, or you can escape and go outside and just do all of that first bit again. So all we need to do is either slash jump or long jump across, and it'll just break behind Bilbo. So now that we're here, all we're going to do is walk along over to this save pedestal. You can save if you want here. It could stop you from dying if you've already lost some health, which you could have done by now. Or you could just completely leave it if you're feeling confident enough. So what we're actually going to do is go right down over to that hole just there. The way we do that is by doing a little trick where we'll come up to the edge of this platform and we will only press attack, just like that. And what that'll do is just shoot Bilbo straight forwards. Now, once it's shot Bilbo forwards, you're going to do a jump attack so that you take the least amount of damage as possible, like this. There we go. And you'll just be with these minions here. So now you're here, you just need to go through here and turn left. Now, there is another piece of broken bridge, but you don't need to worry about that because instead, we're going to turn left. Go straight through this cave. Now that we're here, all we need to do is follow the cave all the way around with a few long jumps. Now, you'll see an opening here. We're going to completely ignore that and instead turn right to where this cog is. And these 3 little blue gems. So all we're going to do is long jump and we'll get into a cutscene. So now we're in this cutscene, we're actually going to face this pillar just here. Now this is a hard trick. If you remember back to the first video, we reset strafe left, the secondary option, to R. You can change this to whatever feels comfortable, but all we're going to do is something called a wiggle clip. So first things first, we're going to come over to this crack in the floor here. Just where it meets. Just there. We're going to slash jump into this corner here, but we need to make sure that our camera is the furthest back it can be. So we're just going to slash jump up like that, and we're going to be in. Now, another way of getting into here is coming over to this cog, standing just on the lever, come all the way up, look into the corner, and long jump in. You may find that easier. It doesn't matter. It's a little bit slower, but it's okay. So now that we're up here, we're going to hold shift and turn our camera all the way to the left until we see a little bit of a triangle texture show up just on the right of the screen, right there. Be careful not to go too far right, or else it can reset the camera and you won't be able to see where you are. In that case, all you need to do is jump down, walk around, or press F to reset the camera. Then you're just going to get straight back up into the corner. So we're going to turn, make sure this triangle is around about there. So make sure Bilbo's head is just to the right of this crack right here. So now that we're all set up, we're just going to hold shift and W until, if you look on the right side of the screen, you can see us very slowly nudging into the wall. When you've nudged in a few times, you can hold W and just very quickly tap R a few times to do this, which is a wiggle. Now we're going to hold shift and turn around. We're going to hold W and shift and press R a few more times. Just very, very quickly taps. If you hold it too far, you can exit the wall. So now we're in slightly more. We're going to look just to the left of this gap here. So more at the darker wall. So if we look straight at it, just there, we're going to let go of shift, hold W and press space. So because we held W, we walked straight through the wall. So now we're here. All we need to do is, again, just long jump straight down this hall. Now be careful right here. Just in front of me, there is a cutscene trigger. Once you go over this cutscene trigger, you will then have a countdown of roughly 5 or 6 seconds just before the cutscene starts. So you want to try and avoid long jumping into the water. So let me just show you the path you'll need to follow. So once this text box comes up, I just need to find all the way around, and we'll get the cutscene. We just want to skip straight past that cutscene, and here is now the risky part. If you need to, there is actually a save point right there. But now, all we're going to do is do some slash jumps or some normal jumps just over to these little platforms here. Be careful not to go too close to the edge of the ground when doing a slash jump, or else it will just fling you like that. Instead, you want to get just a clean one, not too close to the edge, but not too far away either. So now we're going to jump onto this one, then we're going to jump onto the stairs. So that's that entire part cleared. Now that we're here, we're going to follow the stairs all the way up until the very tip. The goal here is to land on this floating door just on the water. Don't be too scared, because this is not a very hard part. All you need to do is long jump and jump attack if you feel you need to. And you should land over there. Make sure when you're doing the long jump, you're still holding W. So, now that you're on the door, we're just going to jump onto this platform and onto these stairs. We can take another save if you like. I would highly recommend it here, because upcoming is one of the harder tricks in the run. Now just be careful up these stairs, because it has some weird textures where it will actually stop you from going up slightly. So if you just look here, it's kind of stopping me. Then we're just going to stick to the right side. We're going to long jump down again, and come over here, just where that green gem was. Now, here you'll need to put your camera up if you want to see where you're going. So we're going to hold caps lock or tab, whatever you've got it set to, and move our mouse all the way up, just like that. Then we're going to long jump onto this island known as Bean Island. There are 2 ways of doing this. One is slightly riskier, while the other one has a stranger setup. So, I'll show you the stranger setup first. You want to be just opposite of this crack right here. Should be just underneath that goblin. So, we're going to come over to the edge, look to our right while holding shift, and tap to the side a few times. We're just going to do that until Bilbo is just off of the platform, as you can see. Then we're going to turn our camera all the way around while still holding shift, look towards that same crack, then do a long jump, and the second you jump, hold W. You will grab the ledge. To get up, all you need to do is press W, and we're up. Now, the harder version of doing this is leave your camera up and try and remember just where the crack is. It should still be there. You can see it in the water. You want to aim just there. I'm going to put our camera up, and then we're going to take a run up all the way up to this edge. Now be careful with the edge, because as you've just seen, it does actually extend further than you'd think. So we're going to take a run up, and when running up, we're going to hold shift, because that can actually give us a bit more speed than normally just standing still and crouching, like that. As you can see, I hold shift now, and I still get a little speed boost. So we're going to aim right at that crack, take a run up, hold shift, and then do a long jump like this. So now that we're over, we're going to press W again, and we're straight up. Now be very careful with this jump, and practice a lot if you need to, because it is actually one of the more difficult tricks. It's deceivingly hard. Now, we're going to go over to this troll key just here, this yellow one, and put it straight into the keyhole by pressing E and E again. Once you've done that, the door will open up, which you can skip again pressing E, or you can watch it. I'd recommend skipping it just to make it faster. So once we're through the door, we're going to come all the way down this pathway till we get to this hole. We're going to drop straight down. Don't worry if you grab the rope. If you grab it, just press E and it should drop you straight off. So now you're here. You can take another save if you like. It's always good to save. Do some more long jumps straight down this tunnel. And eventually we'll appear back outside. Here we are. Now we're going to go left through this hole again. You can do some long jumps here if you like. And go just round this corner. Now for this bit, we're going to long jump onto this rope just here. Make sure you don't just do a normal jump or else this next trick will not work. So we're going to long jump up while holding W, if you can see, just where it starts sloping on that rock just in front of us. We want to aim just for the top of that slope. We're going to hold W. We're going to jump over to that rock and quickly look left, then right again. Just like this. If you don't turn left, you will slide straight off and die. If you do it correctly, you should be stood right on here. So all we're going to do is long jump off and enter another cutscene. Press E to skip. Now I know there's another save right there, but we won't need it, because instead we're going to turn to our left and look towards this bit of the rock just here. As you can see, it looks like a bit of a face. It goes like that. Or more of a banana, I don't know. But that is what we're going to be lining ourselves up with. So, if you try and walk up to the slope, you'll notice Bilbo starts walking up the wall a little bit. While Bilbo's walking up the wall, he can't jump, meaning he can't do a slope boost or a jump attack. So, stand just on the right side of that little guy, I guess. Then get a little run up, and we're going to jump and do a jump attack just like this. So it's like an opposite slash jump. So, once we've done that, we're going to spam E while still holding W, because then we want to talk to Thorin, just up there. So if I just demonstrate what I mean. We're all the way up. Don't worry if you don't hit that. There is actually a backup. So, to do the backup, all you need to do is stand right where this mushroom is right here. If the mushroom's disappeared, don't worry. You can always line it up just where the crack is. Just this crack here. Okay, so now that you're here, you're going to hold shift and just turn to the left. Now what you want to aim for here is this bit of the rock just there. Just that little circle rock there. So, again, we're going to come just to where that mushroom is. Hold shift, turn left, and point just towards that circle rock. Now, we're going to press space first. Then once we've started our long jump, we're going to hold W and spam E, just like this. So now we're up. That's the backup of how to do it if it misses. Now what we're going to do is just walk straight past Gandalf to get to the end of level cutscene. Or trigger, sorry. Here, if you're still doing the menus, what you'll want to do is manually click done, done again, and yes. And that is the end of the level.